Welcome back to my life on a GLP1. I'm Scott Johnson, and I'm here with my co-host, Sarah. Today we're diving into something that caught us both off guard, a side effect that honestly sounds like science fiction, but is very real, and I just experienced it for the second time. So here we are.
Hi Scott, and yes, we're talking about allodynia, basically when your skin decides that normal everyday things suddenly feel like torture. Scott, you want to share what happened to you?
Oh man, so picture this. I'm about 3 months into my GLP1 journey, feeling great about the weight loss, and then one morning I put on my favorite cotton t-shirt and it felt like I was wearing sandpaper. I'm talking legitimate pain from a shirt I'd worn hundreds of times. I thought maybe I'd developed some weird allergy overnight. That was the first time, but it returned about 8 weeks ago.
That must have been really uncomfortable, and what Scott experienced is actually a documented neurological condition called allodynia, or crazy skin sensitivity. It's when your nervous system basically misinterprets harmless stimuli, like the gentle touch of fabric, as painful signals. Think of it like your pain receptors are suddenly working overtime.
And here's the kicker. This isn't some one in a million fluke. We're seeing more and more reports of this in GLP1 users. It's still uncommon, but definitely not as rare as we initially thought.
Exactly, and there's actually some solid science behind why this happens. GLP-1 receptors aren't just in your digestive system, they're spread throughout your nervous system, including the pathways that process pain signals. When these medications bind to those receptors, they can essentially rewire how your body interprets sensory input.
For me, it started with clothing, but it got worse. Light touches felt like someone was poking me with needles. It is strange. It's a cross between needles, sunburn, and chafing on your skin. Even the sensation of sitting down became uncomfortable because of where my clothes touched my skin. The weirdest part? It seemed to hit areas where I'd had previous skin damage or injuries more intensely. The really strange part is there is no visible signs of inflammation or irritation. It's almost like a phantom sensation. But I can tell you, it is very real.
That's actually a pattern we see with allodynia. Common areas include the scalp, hips, feet, hands, and torso, basically anywhere you have a lot of nerve endings or previous trauma. People describe it as burning, tingling, or sharp pain triggered by things that should feel normal or even pleasant.
So if anyone out there is experiencing this, first, you're not crazy. Second, there are things you can do. I basically had to completely overhaul my wardrobe. Soft, loose-fitting clothes became my best friends. Bamboo fabric was a game changer for me.
Great practical tips. I'd also add, keep your environment comfortable temperature-wise because extreme heat or cold can make the sensitivity worse. Use gentle, fragrance-free skincare products. And here's something important, document everything. Keep track of when symptoms started, what triggers them, and how severe they are.
And here's the good news. For most people, including me, this does get better over time. It took about 4 weeks the first time, and only about 3 weeks this most recent time. Good news. My skin sensitivity gradually decreased as my body adjusted to the medication.
That's so encouraging to hear, and I think it's worth mentioning that everyone's timeline can be different. Some people notice improvement in just a few weeks, while others might need a few months, and clearly you can get additional flare-ups. The key is being patient with your body as it adapts to these powerful medications.
And when you do talk to your healthcare provider, be specific. Don't just say, "My skin hurts." Explain exactly what triggers it, when it started in relation to your GLP1 doses, and how it's affecting your daily life. I kept a simple journal on my phone, just quick notes about pain levels and triggers. It really helped my doctor understand what I was going through.
That said, if your symptoms are severe, interfering with daily activities, or getting worse instead of better, definitely talk to your healthcare provider. They might need to adjust your dosage or explore other options. Don't just suffer through it thinking it's normal.
Absolutely. The key takeaway here is awareness. If you're on a GLP1 and suddenly your favorite sweater feels like a medieval torture device, you're not alone, and there's a reason for it. Document your symptoms, make some practical adjustments, and don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor. My doctor recommended a topical lotion that contained lidocaine to numb some of the discomfort. And I have heard others rave about one of those special creams offered at their local dispensary, but that depends if it is, well, how do I put it, available where you live.
Thanks for sharing another personal experience, Scott, and thank you all for listening. Please don't forget to leave a review or 5-star rating for our podcast on your streaming service. If you've experienced allodynia or any unusual side effects, we'd love to hear your story. And before we wrap up, I want to mention you can also email either of us at Scott's website or directly at scott@mylifeonglp1.com. Tell us, Scott, any other sensitive advice you want to share on this weird side effect?
Thanks, Sarah. This skin sensitivity thing is really odd, and don't confuse it with any injection site reaction. Totally different. This, like most other side effects, certainly pass and are mostly annoying rather than terribly uncomfortable. I did dedicate an entire chapter to this topic in my book, My Life on GLP1, which is now available on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. My biggest advice on this topic is that this too shall pass, and it's another one of the weird and wacky things about our transformations. On behalf of Sarah, I'm Scott Johnson, wishing you comfy, soft clothes and smooth sailing, reminding you to always love your journey.